That's something that not a ton of people are actually able to challenge, and I'm honestly glad to see that you're able to do that.
Well, yeah, but I have to say this.
The following contains adult themes, coarse language, and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion and desire is advised. So, you ready to jump right into it?
Yep, I'm ready.
Then, would you like to give yourself a bit of an intro, your platforms, what you like to be called, your pronouns, that kind of thing?
Yes, of course. My name is Orphen, as many people know already. I am a very friendly, very talkative guy, to be honest. Despite the looks, well, as you can see, very, very edgy. I try to be very supportive, very helpful. I try to listen to people, be there to people, because that's something I have always loved to do. Platforms, I am currently on Twitch. I mean, I haven't started streaming yet, but I am very close to begin my like test streamings.
Oh, yeah?
Pronouns, I am a he and a him. Um, so yeah, that's about all I know. I will eventually start like uploading my streams on YouTube. But yeah, so far I'm just trying to set up everything.
Yeah, as for uploading streams to YouTube, I found that the full-length VODs are not super duper popular, but if you do like a little bit of a segment on your stream and then cut that into like a smaller 10-20 minute video, that will get some more clicks. So it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, I was actually learning how to like edit videos, not to make something real crazy, but just to like maybe spice things up, make it a little more interesting. Just cut a few like I would say clips, but now a few very extended pieces from the full stream to edit a little bit, play around with different effects, and then upload it to YouTube.
Do
See
you
how it
have
goes.
do you have a program you use, preferably?
So far, no. Because the thing is that I joined this VTuber community having not a single penny in my pockets,
Me too.
nor a single, like, I didn't know anything about it. So I just, I started making my Vroid, like, from scratch. I do know a bit about Photoshop, so I started, like, working my textures in there. Um, I am still trying to learn how to use OBS. I am still trying to kind of like fucking understand the bird app, to be honest. And there are still many, many things I have to finish before I start getting myself into the whole editing kind of part of YouTube and things. Like, for example, I'm still working on my like layout, my banners, stuff for my Twitch account. Oh, there's plenty to do. Plenty to do.
Oh yeah, there is so much that goes into the back end of just streaming if you want to make it look more than, well, just gameplay feed with your voice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I would also recommend checking out Shotcuts. It's what I use to edit videos.
Let
Free
me
to
just
use.
write it down. Yep.
So, what inspired you to start getting into content creation?
Well, you see, I don't want to like dwell deep into like many of the very bad stuff that happened to me. I am for now just going to say that VTubing was something that accompanied me through many like very, very awful dark moments in my life, as it did to many people, I'm sure. Um, I really enjoyed like people like entertaining others for the sake of, well, having fun and cheering people up. And that's something that I really wanted to try for myself. Um, Something I gotta point out is the fact that up until like a few months ago, I was the kind of person who sacrificed every living second of his life to help other people out, to the point I would ignore my own shit. I mean, that's good up to a point, but it's not good, and I hope people really understand this. It is not good to ignore oneself, okay?
That's
So,
true.
yes, I was helping many people out, but I was doing myself the worst thing possible, which was like not care at all about my own being and my well-being and my state of mind and whatever. You see? So, yeah, this is the first time in my life I'm like focusing on something that I really want to make work. This is like, yeah, the first ever project that I have and that I'm excited about.
Well, it's a really fun hobby to get into, especially when you're excited about it. And honestly, your design's pretty great, so I think you'll stand out fairly well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Let's see. What kind of content do you want to create? Do you just want to stream, or do you want to, like, make video essays that you take your time to edit? Do you
Well,
want to
let's
focus on
see.
models? What would you like to do?
Well, the thing is that I want a very complete and fulfilling experience. It is not about like stealing other people's ideas or whatever internet has been saying for the past few years when it
Oh, they're
comes to
always going to say
YouTubers and
that.
streamers. Yeah. I mean, it is very hard to find something like very unique nowadays because everybody has tried something out. Um, but yeah, I would like to try many things, mainly be a gamer, because yes, I am a gamer. I enjoy playing a lot of video games, variety of them, and yeah, show people what I like, what I dislike, and stuff. But I would love to like hold, for example, interview streams such as yours right now.
Oh, yeah?
Um, and yeah, other stuff like documentaries or informative stuff, I would say for YouTube once I get settled down on the whole editing part of things.
Well, I would look forward to checking out some of your stuff. I am totally not, like, what's the word? I can't think of it, but I am not bothered by others wanting to do interview stuff too, because sure, I do it, but the other people are going to think of questions that I can't think of, and they're likely to reach people that I won't directly reach or can't directly reach. So honestly, I want more interview shows, I want more talk shows out there, especially if they're long form stuff put onto YouTube, because I love to listen to long form content when I'm working on my Vroid or just background stuff. So I definitely encourage you to pursue that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a very nice way to like meet new people, like interact with each other, and also like shout them out because yes, we are small VTubers right now, but eventually we're going to like take that jump, like take the leap and maybe grow a bit or grow a lot more, hopefully. Um, but I don't want to ignore people that are like starting. So yeah, I really wanna to like reach people out, talk to them, befriend them, make them known as well once I make a community.
Oh, 100%. Like, I don't care if somebody has 500,000 viewers or one. I want to talk to everybody. Even people like yourself who are, let's say, pre-debut and just wanting to get a bit of a name out there so they can start their hobby career. I want everybody
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
able
of
to
course.
pursue content creation if that's what they want. So that's part of why I do this.
Yep, definitely. There are many people that like get discouraged because, of course, it is kind of hard to like make numbers grow. It is kind of hard to be noticed in, like, for example, Twitter, since the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm can be a very tricky tool to try to dominate, I would say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's another reason why I want to reach out to others. Like, give them a space where they can be themselves and feel at ease, while like sharing their stories and being, I don't know, true to themselves, showing the community who they are, what they like. That's that's something that's really awesome, to be honest.
it really is. Honestly, there's a niche for everybody, but some of them grow slower than others. You just gotta keep going, and you'll reach it. Hell, Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
You know the deep dungeons?
Yes, I didn't like play too much of it, but I do
No, that's
understand
okay.
the concept of them.
The only reason I'm bringing that up is because I've watched a Twitch streamer grow to partner from exclusively playing that content. So, seriously,
Oh yeah, yeah,
there's a
yeah.
niche for everybody. It's not all of them are fast, but they all grow with content consistency and networking.
But actually, if you let me like add to that idea,
100%.
um, some people like start VTubing with the idea of just streaming many different games because that's what they like. For example, if I had to say, I would say I love JRPGs, you know? And I spoke to a friend of mine, IRL, and told them about this whole idea. And he was like, no, you have to just like focus on something that's very, very mainstream. For example, League of Legends and stuff like that. If you want to expect to like grow and whatever, let me say this to everybody that's listening, that's going to listen. You have to do whatever you enjoy doing, because people are going to feel how good or bad you like are feeling while you play or do whatever it is you want to stream. So it is very important to focus on whatever you enjoy, whatever you love doing, whatever you want to like share with the freaking world. That's what you have to focus on. Don't look at numbers. If you want, I'm going to actually do this when I start streaming. I am not going to put the number of people watching as a visible thing, because that's something that many people like get affected by.
Hmm.
Like, they see the number not growing, or having one person, or having zero people watching. I understand how that can like affect people, hit them.
Yeah,
But
it can really
just
be morally draining.
yeah, 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 definitely. So just do what you love doing, stream what you would love streaming, because that's going to bring the best of you, and eventually people will notice that.
Yeah, it's not really, I guess, it's not a point of you only have to stream the mainstream to get noticed. No. If you're a smaller creator, like, you get a few viewers at most, usually, and you try to
Yeah.
do, like, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Stardew Valley, you're not honestly going to be doing very well because you're going to have to be competing with the bigger streamers that are playing that. It's hard to find a balance that's between games that you really, really like and games that people want to see.
Not
There's
only that,
there's niche for everybody, like I said.
specifically if you jump into, let's say, League of Legends, you are joining a community that is very well known for being kind of toxic.
Just a
So
little.
yeah, we gotta admit that toxicity exist everywhere and in every single game genre, whatever. But that specifically, just League of Legends, MOBAs in general, tend to be very competitive, very like toxic communities, and somebody
Mm-hmm.
that's not very comfortable streaming that, somebody who's just starting and gets affected by not being watched by anybody, um, and somebody who just out of nowhere receives the first comment of somebody saying you suck. Yeah, it's harsh. It's very harsh.
Yeah, it can be very challenging for newer streamers, especially ones that have yet to really make any other streamer friends that really understand the kind of stuff behind it. Hello,
Yeah,
Paris.
definitely.
Like my one of my oldest time friends is of the opinion, or like I had said, "Oh, I'm not up to streaming today," and he's like, "Oh, what? You just don't want to play video games today?" And I know it's a joke, but he just doesn't quite get it. There's so much that goes into the back end, and that you got to worry about while you're live too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The very common comment of "Are you just playing video games the whole day?" Um, yeah, people who don't like understand that are always going to comment on the same thing over and over again. Um, but I just don't listen to them. Like, yeah, I come from a very old fashioned family, so that's something you hear a lot from people you care about a lot, but you just don't have to listen to them. Like, do whatever it is you enjoy doing, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, you just got to keep on trucking through. I typically ask this, but I'm gonna have to rephrase it a little for you. What
Yep.
is something you would like to be taught while you're getting into content creation? Something you could really use.
Something I could really, really use. Um, oh, this is something I forgot to mention when you told me what is it that I want to do. Actually, I would really like for somebody to teach me how to rig, because an idea of mine at one point was to also become kind of a papa thing. Um, but I have no idea how to rig, and that's something that I'm getting into little by little. Um, to also maybe perhaps in the future like stream how to rig a model or something like that.
Oh,
Because
rig.
I
I'm
know,
sorry, I
yeah.
was misunderstanding you. I was confused for the last minute because I thought you were saying read, but we've been communicating through text this
Oh,
entire time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like rig a model with
Yes.
the like Vroid, for example.
Yeah, like you take the
Um,
model that's already set and then you rig it to the skeleton so it can be animated.
exactly. Yes, that's it. Yes, I want to get into rigging to make my own models. Maybe sell them, become a papa or something like that. Maybe make a raffle as well. But I don't know. There's like um, a very a lot of ideas in my mind right now. So I'm trying to like write things up somewhere on a piece of paper or whatever I find, and try to like manage my timings, because yes, there are a lot of things I have to learn. Some take more time than others, and I want to like do this right. That's why it's taking a lot of time to reach that debut date or first stream. It's because I want to do everything in a very calm, collected way, doing well what I can at the moment.
Yeah, being very technical to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted.
Yeah, because as I told you before we started streaming, I am a piece of perfectionism. Oh, I hate myself so much because I try to perfect everything I do so much to the point that I end up redoing, redoing stuff over and over again. And it's a never ending process, really. You're never happy with what you make. Um,
No, it's honestly the creator's curse. Because as you create something, you develop the skills that, or you improve your skills. So by the time you're done, well, but yeah, by the time you're done working on it, your skills have improved. You look back and see, oh, I can improve that way. You go back, and the process repeats. That's why I honestly just kick my content out.
yeah, that's why I try to give myself like a sort of deadline, let's say. Uh,
They
let's
will
just
help with
say I'm
that.
working on, for example, um, let's say I'm finishing up my final form because Orphan has many forms that I designed because of I loved making the my model. I am finishing up my last and final form, and I was like, yeah, I can add this, I can add that. But at one moment, I was like, okay, wait a second, Orphan. To make this work, let's just say I'm going to have time to work on my model up until, like, let's say I have to finish it in within 3 days. Okay, so I'm going to first of all work on the details, on the stuff I really enjoy or that I like vision my character having. I try to add them, and after that, if I have to like twitch something up, like fix something up, I'm going to do it. But when I reach that deadline, that's it. I'm not
Mhm.
touching anything else because I am just going to end up like ruining it all.
Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. So, did you want me to show off that model? I accidentally did a little bit for art. Your second and
Oh
third
yeah, yeah.
forms,
Go ahead.
yes. Okay. I did throw on the, what's it? Boop. Okay, now I'm in front of it not being blocked. I really like these, honestly. The way you do the light or the coloring with the arms to the hands and stuff, that's honestly something I can't really do.
Yeah, it's something that's like working with my lore. Let's say the idea is that I take the form of whatever hands down spirits because that's what I do actually. If you can see the little thing in my chest, that's kind of a relic that allows me to contact the spirits, contact ghosts, specters, and whatever. Of course, these beings are always being hunted down by reapers, demons, uh, whatever is out there trying to, like, well, feed themselves, of course. I try to make my models out of the creatures that hunt us down. Like, for
Okay.
example, the one on your left is the Azure Reaper. I am eventually going to add a side to it, of course. The one on the right is the Scarlet Fiend. Yeah, I'm going to have to add a few horns and stuff. That's something that Unity learning. That's another thing I'm going to have to learn. But
I
yeah,
did
it's
my
all
horns in
fun, you
Vroid,
know?
so the tricky thing is actually wings and tails. You can do them in Vroid, but like they track with your head. So I turn this way, and then like my wing would clip all the way through my arms and stuff. So it's like
Yes,
I just turned off my wings, honestly.
I tried working with horns, and for some reason they ended up on my shoulders. So yeah, I am not touching
Okay.
that yet.
And yeah, if you got the skills to do it in Blender, it's probably easier to actually do it in that. I'm just kind of bound to Vroid Studio.
Yes, I used to like learn 3D and animation like I went to a course actually a few very long years ago.
Oh yeah?
Um, Autodesk Masha. I don't know if you know that software. I
Which
used
one?
to like make Autodesk Maya.
Oh yeah, I actually learned Maya in college as well.
Yeah, I used to like go to this course that was it tried to teach people how to like model things first and then how to make animations as well. It was very hard, but I was able to like pass the course, and I tried to like work on 3D for a bit, but I never had a very nice computer, to be honest.
No?
So rendering was hell.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, I was unable to like render very complicated things, so I had to just stick to Photoshop, which I actually used on my IRL job. But that's it. That's it. I'm trying to like go get into 3D once again with all this Vroid stuff going on, but haven't put much time into it yet.
Oh my, Misuru Hako, I hope I did not butcher that, is letting me know there's actually ways to do it for, or through Unity, which would be easier than Blender. I personally
Yeah.
struggle with Blender, but if I can actually
Um,
import a VRM into Unity, perfect. Please DM me that.
well, actually, there is like a thing like a plugin, or I don't know what it's called,
I
but
believe it's a
something that
plugin.
has to do with Unity that allows you to like port the VRM to Unity.
Yeah, that's what they were actually just telling me.
Oh yeah. Just notice I wasn't
Yeah.
reading chat.
Oh, that's okay. So, how do you like to spend your free time not working on content? For me, that's so hard to answer because I'm so content brained.
Well, yeah, that's something that's hard to manage. Um, how do I like to spend my free time? I guess. Well, I'm going to go with the usual, very basic stuff because I don't do anything like out of the ordinary. Now that I think about it, chilling, just listening to music, playing video games, just hanging out with my friends.
Standard
Um,
relaxy stuff.
yeah, very relaxing stuff. Oh, I also like train kenjutsu. Do you know what that is?
Kenjutsu? I,
Kenjutsu, like
I
they
know
teach you how
jujitsu.
to use the katana.
Oh, that's what that, style? Martial art? That's what that's called.
Yeah. Like I really enjoy Japanese culture in general, and there was a point in during pandemic that I was like, I have to do something, but I I never enjoyed going to the gym, to be honest.
Me either.
Um, I just focus on looking for something that I would kind of maybe sort of enjoy, and I found this school that would this like sorry um this like dojo that would teach kenjutsu, and I joined and loved every living second of it. It was amazing. Like they teach you how to appreciate life, be calm, how to like analyze things. They also teach you a lot about the lifestyle and the customs of uh, well samurai from back then.
Oh,
That's
really?
something that yeah, that's something that like really helped you out to understand the differences between back then and right now, and how people nowadays like don't have any patience to like focus on something they like doing, or focus on trying to solve an issue even. um yeah, they try to teach you all those things which is very, very useful. Like, if you get a chance to try it out, at least to listen to the sensei speak about these kinds of things, like, I really encourage you to try it.
It is something that I actually kind of have an interest in. I have a general interest in sword fighting, but I don't really do too much. I know there actually is a school, or I guess dojo, that does teach different styles of sword fighting. I just haven't bothered to go to it, mostly because broke.
Yeah, I have to admit it is very expensive. Uh, Now that you mentioned that, nowadays I am considered as sort of a running, like, for example, the movie Running.
I don't think I've actually seen it, but I do know of the term.
Well, the term had like a negative connotation back in the day,
Hmm.
because running were supposed to be those samurai who would like betray their sensei, their dojo, or just like even assassinate them.
Yeah,
But of
it
course, the
was
term
typically a
nowadays,
term of dishonor.
yeah, that's right. Nowadays, it has more like a general connotation, like people who just don't have a sensei, don't have a dojo. That's the people who are known as Ronin. That's what I technically am, as I train at home and nothing else.
Yeah, I guess technically. Though I thought it was more of like, as well, aside from no master, no dojo, but they're also a wanderer. Though I guess that doesn't really apply so much these days, because you can't really wander between cities easily.
Yeah. Wonder it was something that was like in the old times as well. Ronins would rarely join a new like dojo because like people would somehow know that you are a Ronin, so they would just take like a mercenary jobs. Um, that's the wondering part. They would like walk around Japan looking for different jobs, like
Hmm.
I don't know, protecting somebody, being a bodyguard, um, even
Fetching
assassinating
wood, that
people,
kind, like any kind of job they could really get their hands on.
anything.
Is there a kind of content you've wanted to see but feel like it's too niche?
Hmm, not content per se. I've always wanted to like, for example, try many games, because well, since I've never had like a powerful computer, I always try to like find games I would like be able to play on my PlayStation 2, for example. So I got to know many obscure games that not many people know, but games that like blew my mind because the kind of like the quality of music, the storytelling. There are many stories out there that not many people know of, and of course they do not enjoy. That I want to like show everybody. Like, hey, I've tried this game once. I assure you, it is amazing. It has good music, good soundtrack, good whatever, and give it a try. Showcase it to people. I am not like worried about joining very niche kind of things. At the end of the
Okay.
day, like it's something I do enjoy, and somebody will surely love it because it wouldn't exist if it didn't.
True. You had mentioned you're working on your fourth form, but do you have any other big projects you're working on?
Well, to be honest, not really.
No, it's
Since
just
my
getting ready
financial,
for debut kind of thing.
yeah. The thing is that since my financial situation is very, very bad, I mean, my IRL currency is far below dollars. Uh, Even commissioning something as cheap as $25 hits me real hard. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to one man arming the shit out of this project. like doing everything I can by myself. Learning just takes a long time, but
It
I
does.
am very excited about it all.
And honestly, I think it'll pay off for you in the long term. You just gotta keep at it.
Yeah, you just gotta keep pushing to do something that you really enjoy, because nobody will push if you don't.
Yeah, the only thing that'll stop your growth is you, honestly.
It's yourself, exactly. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any content creator, who would it be?
To be honest, any really. I've always appreciated meeting new people, of course, befriending if they are interested, and as I mentioned before, it would be like awesome to like hold like interviews, conversations with new VTubers, with people I didn't know before, or that I have yet to befriend. So I don't have like a big name or somebody I'm a big fan of or that I want to focus on. Um, I just want to be open to like really anybody.
There are so many wonderful smaller creators out there, honestly. Most of them should be bigger, but they just don't get enough attention.
Yeah, yeah. Or, well, of course, many people are very busy with IRL, which is
True.
understandable. And they don't have like the amount of time, money, or like drive and push to be able to dedicate themselves to VTubing every single day, or at least contributing and trying to interact with their community. That's why growing can be very difficult at times, but it can be done. I mean, you just have to take it easy, go little by little.
Yep, baby steps. I mean, I seem
Easy.
like a totally established, I know what the hell I'm doing kind of girl, but I've only actually risen to semi prominence in the last month. I've been at this for so long. And I started out like gameplay footage, camera, microphone. That was it. No alerts, no chat boxes, nothing. It's been slowly building to my streams, planning out kind of, okay, this is how I do things. How can I make it better to, you know, draw more eyes, get people more interested kind of thing. And honestly, the
Yeah,
biggest thing that has launched my stuff has been networking. It's making friends
absolutely.
with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, because we don't realize how many other people like want to do this. For example, this thing you're doing right now, like meeting new people, being able to like freely speak to them about whatever they like, they enjoy doing, their plans, um, their future ideas. Many people are like interested, but don't take the jump. They don't like take that step forward, saying that yes, this is something that I watch because it's something that I would really enjoy doing, but I don't do it because I just don't take the decision to do it. And
It can be scary to get started.
yes, it is. It's very difficult to hold a conversation in the way that you're doing. Actually, many people like lack the confidence, not just to do something for themselves, but also to speak to somebody they probably met and interacted with through Twitter, and that's it, a few times. It can be very awkward, I would say. But there's nothing wrong with like a few seconds of silence, is it?
Absolutely not. I've actually watched some bigger streamers that have been thinking about like their the next thing they actually want to say in some maybe a debate, I don't remember, but it's been like a minute of silence of them thinking how they want to respond, and they didn't really lose many viewers cuz most of the time when you're a streamer, the people that do stick around are there for what you are going to say, not that you're constantly talking.
Yeah, of course. Um, well, it is very common to like see people having like a minute or so to like manage their ideas, their thoughts. We have to
Mhm.
remember that being international, like VTubers speaking English, there are cases in which people do not speak English like natively. It is very hard to go out of one's way to leave your language and start uh, out of nowhere speaking another language you might not actively be like practicing or learning at all.
Yeah, I
Um,
imagine that if English isn't your first language, you're probably thinking in a different language, so there will be struggle to actually get English words out. Honestly, I have nothing but
yeah,
respect for people
absolutely.
that
Yeah.
can speak multiple languages, because I can't. I can just
Let
talk
me
in
let
front
me
of
use
people.
use myself as an example actually because I am Latin American. I speak Spanish every day, all day, all my life. Um, I've only like learned about English when I was what 20 years old, I believe. Like my school had English, of course, but it wasn't like such a big thing. A big, I'm going to teach you a lot, and you're going to be able to hold a conversation, kind of thing. Um, I just it just like stuck to me, and I was able to understand movies, and I was able to practice on my own because it was something I enjoyed at the time, and it's something that it has really worked for me. I really enjoy interacting with others in this language.
It's honestly a confusing language, but the important or the best part is, yeah, connecting with other people, conversing, chatting.
Yeah, it opens your mind a lot because people do say that you have to open your mind by traveling to new places, which is true. Actually, you have to be in a different culture to understand what they do and their mannerisms. But to be honest,
Hmm.
if you don't have the money to travel, uh, this is the only way you have to interact with other cultures and understand them. Well, have fun in the end.
Yeah, I don't even know what the actual most common language is. I'm just biased towards English because that's all I've ever known.
Well, yeah, it's the one that most people try to like go to. Like for example, as we were mentioning, many VTubers that aren't English speaking try to go to English because that's probably where the most audience is. Um, I mean, I do understand people who say no, you gotta stick to your own language because there's a lot of competition out there or whatever. But it's the same thing with the case of people who tell you to just stream mainstream games and stuff. You have to do what you feel you would enjoy. Okay, if you want to
Exactly.
speak English and go for an international VTubing career, just freaking do it.
Yeah, just get started. Start taking those steps. Where would you like to see your VTubing career or content creation career in the next 5 years? Come here.
Hmm. Hopefully, having made it big time or sort of big.
Or
Because
at
well,
least
I have big
established?
plans. Yeah, I have big plans, big aspirations, and well, I know it's going to be hard, very very hard, but I am fully prepared to make it happen. Like I'm a very positive person. I am well very strong-willed, I would say.
I would say so
So
too.
thank you very much.
And you're
Now
very driven,
that this
honestly.
is like the first. Come again? Sorry.
You're very driven. Like, you know what you want to do, and you're following through on what you can to actually learn it on your own. That's something that not a ton of people are actually able to challenge, and I'm honestly glad to see that you're able to do that.
Well, yeah, but I have to say this: other people have more advantage than I do, because as I mentioned before, I never put any thought into myself and things I would like to maybe try, things I would probably enjoy doing. This is the first like big project and the first I can look into the future and plan things out kind of project that I have on my 30s. Okay, there are many people on their 20s, on like their 18s, um, that like want to try this out as well, or that are trying this out as well. So they have the advantage of time on their side. Like, there is uh, basically no excuse here. If you want to do it, just give yourself the chance to jump into this community. I mean, the community is amazing.
It
It's
really
very
is.
encouraging, very friendly, very positive. There is really no negative side to it. I mean, of course, you're going to have to make sacrifices, for example, IRL meetings or stuff like that. As long as it doesn't interfere with the main things you can't, like, um, abandon, I would say, or ignore, for example, a job or your family.
Yeah, you
As
do
long
gotta
as it doesn't
focus on
interfere with
IRL.
that, yeah, you're going to have like freedom to do whatever it is you want to achieve or do.
Yeah, you get full creative control over your own platform, unless you sign up for like sponsorships and stuff. Then it gets gray.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite music genre?
Oh, yes, I do. As I mentioned before, I had many difficult, very dark, very like downer periods of my life in which I needed to focus on myself, but never really paid attention to me. I would just ignore my shit by helping others out, and it would really stress me out because it was my full time job. It was helping my friends, helping my family, helping everybody. I would arrive home and be fucking exhausted. There was this one time I listened to this band called Sabaton. I don't
Ooh,
know
I
if you
love
know it.
them.
It's, yeah, power metal genre. Um, like, power metal in general saved my freaking life. I gotta admit.
Check out Power
Like,
Wolf.
yeah, I do listen to Powerwolf, Sabaton.
Okay, we're best friends
Um,
now. You can't deny that.
yeah, yeah, like this genre in general gave me like the the strength, the energy I needed.
Yeah, it's
People
such an
would tell me
inspiring
like,
genre of music.
yeah, it has a very strong like lyrics, a very strong story behind it. Like, it blew my mind when I started like reading the lyrics from songs from like Sabaton, for example, because they tend to make songs out of very epic stories, real stories actually. For
Yep.
example, from different wars, survivors, people who became heroes, things like that. Like, I really needed to be strong, needing energy to go by day, and this genre in particular gave it to me and then some. It was like truly amazing.
Yeah, honestly, power metal is up there for one of my top genres. Switching away from favorites, what would you say is the song that would be played endlessly on loop in your own personal hell? Like, what is your least liked song?
Well, not specifically song, but genre as well.
Okay.
Um, I very much not hate, but do not enjoy at all, like on a cellular level. I do not enjoy reggae, for example. For some reason, I don't really enjoy it. I don't really like it.
I was
There's
immediately
also
going to
like
assume country, because that's like what everybody says.
uh, yeah, kind of. You could also add I am sure you're not going to know about this. Cumbia. Do you know what that is?
Goombia?
Uh, yeah, cumbia. It's like, let's just say it's how can I say this? It's a very street kind of very festive, energetic sort of genre of music that a lot
Okay.
of Latin people here where I live listen to. You can find it like literally anywhere, and it drives me crazy. I just can't stand it.
Aw. Well, everybody's got their own tastes. What
Yeah,
would
definitely. I try not to disturb people who are enjoying from it. I mean, I can understand people would not really enjoy listening to power metal, for example, 24/7. Um, so
I mean,
yeah, I
I
try
listen to
not
death
to.
metal, so I'm not going to judge others. Like that
Yeah,
hardcore
of course.
growling metal? Yeah, that's in my playlists. Though I also have like music from like every genres in my main playlist.
Yeah, I try to be open-minded as well, because it's never good to be like very close-minded. Um, but of course, everybody has their tastes. So if you want to open your mind to it despite not liking it, that's fine. Um, I don't know. It brings some variety to your lives. Let's say.
It really does. It adds that nice little bit of spice to life. What would you
Yes, it
say?
does.
Hmm?
No, go on.
What would you say is the skill that has taken you the longest to improve?
Well, I have no idea. I may not have such a thing yet, but because I never put value into things I would like to do or learn. Um, I am trying to learn how to rig, as I mentioned before. Maybe that's something I would consider for this case.
Okay.
Because yeah, I try to watch tutorials and whatever, but I have to rewatch the whole thing time and time again because yeah, it's really difficult.
Yeah, that's me with video tutorials as well. I struggle with that part with or at least the modeling aspect. I have done it some in college, but keep in mind that was 10 years ago, so I'm a little rusty.
Yeah. Time does fuck things up for like things that had to do with learning things. I mean, internet is a very useful tool in terms of courses you can do or tutorials you can follow. But of course, the difference is with tutorials, you can't ask questions. You have to look for another tutorial that might, hopefully, maybe teach you the stuff you need to know before jumping into what you were doing before.
Yeah, or maybe you get lucky and there's like a Reddit thread or a comment that somebody actually responded to and they had your problem, but most of the time you never find that.
I found myself in that situation a few times already, and I found the problem that technology evolves so fast nowadays that the Reddit thread or wherever I found would tell you how to fix something on a software that was like 3 years earlier than the one you are using right now.
Here's a
So
tutorial for your
yeah,
tutorial.
options like change play. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I tried to get a tutorial together for putting a model in Blender for VRMs, and that was like a couple months old of a tutorial. It's outdated.
Yeah, it is already outdated.
Oh,
Like
frustrating.
when I started learning how to Vroid, I started to follow Show You. I did it. Show You is another VTuber.
Oh yeah, show
I
you?
don't. Yeah,
I'm aware of them.
I
I haven't talked to them yet.
well, I have. I'm actually in his in her sorry, um, in her Discord channel. But
Okay.
like I haven't interacted much. Did help me out with a lot of like Vroid stuff and tutorials and how to get started, where to download this, where to download that, kinds of things.
Yeah, they
But
seemed
we
very
haven't
friendly.
spoken much.
They
Sorry?
might be. They did seem very friendly, but I haven't had very much direct contact with them.
Yeah, yeah, very, very friendly. But I think Shoyu sticks to her server much more than interacting all over on Twitter.
I do know that they help us out with our support group that we got on Twitter, because you're also in that group.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw her around helping out and retweeting stuff, but couldn't interact. Not really.
Yeah, I find a lot of people do prefer to stick to their Discord servers. They certainly feel a lot more comfortable there.
Well, that's another way to actually nurture your community.
Hmm.
You can just like try to interact with a very small group of people, maybe a few new people from Twitter, then invite them to your Discord and start building your community from there without much like interaction with other groups, for example.
Yeah, that's certainly one way to get started, because you gotta have some kind of activity on your server.
Absolutely. I personally don't want to touch the Discord matter yet because that's something I don't want to I don't want to go into yet.
Well, you certainly don't have to jump into that.
Hopefully I don't.
What food do you like that not many others do?
This is going to be related to the place where I live, okay? Because
Okay?
I seriously know that mac and cheese is something that it's very common in the United States, for example, in every part of the world, really. But you don't see mac and cheese here, like at all. And I try to make mac and cheese by myself, and people look me with a weird look. I don't know why. I mean, it's frigging pasta with cheese, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I like pineapple on pizza. I'm not one to judge. For me, the
Oh,
mac and
let's
cheese
not
thing is...
dwell into that matter.
Oh, so we got something to fight over, eh?
Oh no, no, no! Let's
No,
not go
we're not
there.
getting into blood sports. This is all good fun.
Of course, of course.
I gotta do a different show for the blood sports debate stuff. That'd be fun. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
what topic could you talk about the most?
Hmm. Well, of course, anime. Like, can't deny I'm a nerd for either that or Marvel, for example. I have to be honest. I am very sad with the course of how things are going with the Marvel universe after Infinity War, for example. But well, what can you do?
It's had some
Disney,
nice
huh?
stuff, but yeah, I think it was better earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was discussing this with my friends a few days ago. Actually, um, I would start like reminiscing about the first Iron Man movie. I
Oh
don't
yeah?
know if you remember or if you have seen it.
I have seen every
Um,
single MCU movie out currently. And the
okay,
shows.
then this
So,
is no
I'm
spoiler.
up to date.
So you remember that back then you would have like Iron Man, unable to like flinch an eye to the fact that he would like face terrorists, throw missiles at them, like shoot them, like actually kill them, annihilate them, then get the I don't know, the leader of this group, uh, like hand him over to the population of people that were being like bullied by this terrorist group, to do whatever they wanted to do with him. That's something you are never ever going to see again, especially coming from Disney. Um, yeah. The Mousy, like Mickey Mouse, is not going to allow that to happen again.
No, I don't think they would. Sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted with, dang it,
Don't worry.
avatars.
Do not worry.
Let's see, what was I going to move on to next? Who is the most interesting person you have met or interacted with?
Well, let's go a little bit into my personal life because I have to go with my father and my stepfather.
Okay.
Um, my father was a very cheerful person, very happy with life, very like energetic, much like I try to be, you know. He taught me all that and then some. He was very positive, very helpful, um, a very open-minded fella as well. And my stepfather, he was he was a doctor. He sacrificed every single second of his life to help people out. Try to like, well, of course, get into an ambulance, start like going around the province for 24 hours even. Um, he would sacrifice every second he could to like help people out, you know, like try to make them healthy once again. And people really appreciated him for that because he was not like your typical I am very tired so I don't want to do this, I don't want to listen to you kind of doctor, you know, the one that is so tired, that doesn't want to like listen to any more issues anymore and just wants to g- go home and lie in bed.
Yeah.
Despite reaching that exhaustion level, he would really listen to you, to anything you had to say. And that's something like, um, it taught me a lot, you know, like he didn't openly like teach me these kinds of things. He didn't like um, share with me anything about this. I just saw it with my own eyes, and it's just amazing how someone can go out there and do so much for people he barely knows, really.
They do both sound like wonderful people. And
Yeah.
that
I
actually
truly
kind of
love.
makes sense because of the, albeit limited interactions we've had. I definitely see some of those qualities in you as well.
Well, yeah. The thing is that well, I don't want to be repetitive, so we know I've been well. We've already touched the subject of me going through hardships. We've all gone through bad stuff in our lives. Um, I know that the bottom of the barrel can go deeper. Okay, let's just say that the barrel doesn't have a bottom. It can go deeper. Life can kick you when you're down. People can try to step all over you, no matter how bad you are already feeling. That's something awful. Yes, it is awful. I know it. That's why you try to be positive, to be like very cheerful, very happy, friendly. Um, Like I try to tell people that I'm open on my DMs all the time to like try to reach out to them whenever they feel like life is getting to them, or like there was a comment that somebody made that really affected them, you know. I try to be there to show that, hey, listen, I know hardships, okay? We all know. Um, some people just like focus on their own stuff, and that's fine. But I want to be there for you if you need it. I am here. I am friendly. I can wake up with a smile on my face. I know you can't do that right now, but you can get to my point. Okay, it's going to be hard. You are going to have to put a lot of work into it, but it is possible. Like it is very possible to leave that barrel and just find happiness. You know.
Yeah, like, life's already bad enough. Why make it worse?
Exactly. Like, if life is going to kick you down, if people are going to ignore you or just attack you and make you feel even worse, why would you make yourself feel even worse than that? Like,
I
we have
know,
to,
right?
yeah, there's a lot of work to do, and it is very hard to do because you're not feeling uh, 100% ready to like focus on getting better, but it is really possible. And if people need the push, need a hand, need a, I don't know, somebody who would just listen to them, I want to be there. You know, I want to at least do a little bit of good. Like life is full of shit, internet is even more full of shit.
Yeah,
I know I'm not changing anybody's life by being positive, but
but you can
I don't want to
certainly
contribute to all
help.
the. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I keep my DMs open as well. I've gotten some pretty nasty DMs, but I've also gotten some pretty amazing ones, honestly. People have actually been
Oh,
able to
yeah, yeah, yeah,
help.
yeah, yeah. I haven't received many like positive DMs. Like most things I get are, of course, your typical bot here and there, and I can proudly say I have not one, not two, not three, but four haters already. Yeah,
Oh,
people would
four.
just like
You
come to
haven't even
me
debuted.
saying that,
You're going to be so famous.
oh, I really hope so. Like these people would come to me saying that, oh, you're, I don't know, maybe you're a false person. You're just trying to seem to be very positive and like you want to do good in this world that is full of shit, but you are as full of shit as this world. Uh, you should die or things like that. You know, like people just don't have
Yeah.
to read stuff like that. You know, I personally don't give a shit. I see negative comments and just laugh at them. Um, but I get that people can get, well, people can be very sensitive, can get very easily affected by all those comments, all the hate. Um, well, to all of those who will listen to this or are listening to this,
Yeah?
please don't pay attention to them. Like, really? I know words can hurt a lot, you know, but the same applies to you. By not listening to them, you are making them waste their time and you are not giving them the attention they so desperately seek. So, by not giving a shit, you are actually making them feel worse. So I would say try to stop checking negative DMs. Just immediately block the person,
Yep, block and move on.
erase them from your life, and move on.
Yeah, you do not need to put up with that kind of negativity in your life. Especially if you're not
Exactly.
equipped to handle it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I personally can. So that's why I don't really worry about shutting my DMs at all. But honestly, if you need to block somebody, block them. Do not feel bad about it.
Of course. I mean, many people have to go to like jobs that they don't enjoy doing, but one has to make a living somehow. And I get how it feels to arrive home being very stressed out. And whenever you open Twitter, you find like a dumbass being like very toxic with you out of nowhere and for no apparent reason. But yeah, as we mentioned, that's not something that you have to focus on. Okay, don't check the DMs and feel bad about the guy who's like littering all over your DMs. But try to focus on your notifications, the people that left you a comment, the people who liked something you said. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
try to focus on your friends and the people you want to actually meet.
Yeah, there's going to be haters. Just focus on the people that do enjoy your content. Also, we are still live, right? Because I can't really interact with anything on my OBS.
Oh, yes, we are live. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I guess that's just on my end. I do not want to fuck with anything right now.
Adding to the list of fuck ups.
Yeah. You're live, yes? Good. Okay. I was... Whoa. Okay, I had to Alt-Tab. I can't even close my tabs? Oh, I can close one. Yay, I've got my questions back.
Okay. Back
What
to it.
does your ideal breakfast include?
Ideal breakfast.
Yeah, like,
I am not a very breakfast person.
me either, but it's more of a fantasy what would be the best for you.
Well, just an orange juice, I would say. Um, Maybe a muffin if possible. But nothing too heavy because I tend to eat a lot at lunch and at dinner.
Oh, fair enough. I have been told it's supposed to be the opposite, but like you're supposed to have biggest breakfast, medium-sized lunch, and then a smaller dinner. But I'm terrible and I have one meal a day at most.
Well, having a very healthy breakfast is something very important. I'm not going to deny that.
It
But
really is.
I come from an Italian family. You know, like Italian is on our blood, so they are very used to cooking a lot. Like there's a lot of food all the time, and you just can't be full starting the morning because you're not going to be able to survive lunch.
But you gotta get carb loaded.
Yeah.
Seems I got a frog in my throat.
Don't
What's...
worry, my throat actually hurts. Give me a second. I'm going to get some water.
Good idea.
Oh.
Go hydrate. I've been hydrating with sody pop this entire time.
I actually have orange juice here with me. Now
Ooh,
that we
that
talk
sounds
about that.
tasty.
Ah, yes, it is. It is still winter in here, so it is very necessary for
yeah,
me.
you would be in the southern hemisphere.
I hate cold weather. Jesus. Can't
I
wait for
prefer it over
summer.
hot, personally. What story
Yeah, I
would you...
suffer from cold weather a whole lot more than I suffer from hot weather.
Type in some gamer subs. Are you trying some of that emotional damage stuff? I wonder how that stuff tastes. What story would you say has had the biggest impact on you?
Story.
Like book, anime... Soon?
I never put much thought into that. Um,
That's totally
I
fair.
don't know. I'll have to think about that for a second because I have no idea actually.
If something comes to you, we can circle back to it.
Yep.
Is there anything on your mind that you feel needs to have more attention brought to it?
Anything on my mind? Mm, give me just a second. No, I have no idea. Well, it has to do with this whole thing that I didn't pay attention to me at all. Like people would say, how how long did you go without paying attention to yourself? How are you unable to like describe yourself, for example? I really can't do that. Like I need to do a lot of introspective because I really have to understand myself and get to know me better and the things that I enjoy doing and the plans that I have. Um, I really need to start working on that.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend taking some time to introspect a little.
Yeah. That's something I gotta like not rush, but definitely pay attention to in the near future.
Do you have anything specific that you feel you rebel against?
Well, just bad vibes all around, as we were mentioning. Um, I get that making fun of your friends, for example, and they of you in return is very funny and shit. But keep that to your friends, okay? People who just choose to insult others, be mean to them, harass them, uh, that's being nothing but trash. I'll never understand nor condone those individuals, but
I
you know
agree
how
with
it
that.
is. Yeah,
Like,
some just want to see the world burn.
yeah, there is definitely a difference between a little bit of friendly ribbing and bordering or borderline harassment. Not everybody can really see that, so I do tend to keep my like when I'm tweeting out and I make like a sort of joke like that, I do try to make the effort to make it known that that is a joke tweet, okay? I'm not actually mad at you. I don't actually hate you. I'm not going to actually unfollow you just because you don't like pineapple.
Yeah, get the memo.
We've all got our own tastes, and I'm not going to harass or attack anybody for their opinions. Unless they
Oh
actually
yeah,
have, like, damaging opinions that literally cause harm.
that's something I would never understand. I mean, it is funny to me, and I'm sure it's funny to you. But how can people just like, let's say I'm going to Twitter right now and say, "Hey, I despise Mobile Legends, or I despise League of Legends, or any MOBA out there." Um, yeah, some people are going to not care about it, and some others will just like explode to me at that right moment, and I would just be like, why? Why do you have to explode so much? Nobody has to love all the things you love, but you can like enjoy your time with them without like exploding like that.
Yeah, like, just because you don't like something that somebody else likes doesn't mean you really need to go out of your way and say, hey, I don't like this thing, and here's 12 reasons why. Like,
Yeah.
that's just a little rude. You can convey your criticisms of things without actually cutting down the person you're talking to, because, like, as you criticize something that somebody likes, they're going to take that personally.
Oh yeah. All of a sudden, their tastes are like part of themselves, which up to a point we could argue that's kind of true, but that's not attacking them.
Yeah, it's like a lizard brain kind of response. It's an instinctual feeling that people get when something they like is being criticized.
Yep.
What do you wish was illegal?
Hmm. This has to do with me helping so many people out. Um, I wish it was illegal to reach out for help and letting the other person handle it all. Okay? Bear with me. My fault, of course. This has been my fault. when you help somebody so much, you kind of make that person like depend on you. Like, of course, it's,
Yeah, I
if
get
somebody
that.
doesn't have like the strength to go on and do their shit, they are going to ask for your help and whatever. And it is fine to help people out, but it is very important to give them the chance to work hard themselves. Like,
Yeah.
make it easier. Just don't do everything for themselves, because by making them dependent of you, you're just making the whole shit more difficult. Like, they are always going to have to depend on you because they won't be able to solve their own matters.
Yeah, when people do reach out to me for help, I honestly do my best to respond to everybody, and as often as I can. I am a very busy person, but my goal with responding to people is to give them the tools to be able to solve problems on their own. Because I do love interacting with people, but it does get to be problematic territory when you are essentially being called on to solve all problems.
Yes, yes. I found myself on so many instances with no time at all because I was like juggling different issues that weren't even mine. Um, yeah, that is something I would never like repeat. You know, like I was going through a very tough time and I was ignoring my whole like different issues, and the reason behind, well, helping so many people was that, um but it is not nice to like drop your problems on somebody else and just expect them to do everything for you.
Yeah, that definitely gets into problematic territory, to say the least. Um, what is the most amazing natural occurrence you've ever witnessed?
I actually witnessed a shooting star while contemplating a rainbow almost at dawn on my family's country house.
Really?
It was it was amazing. Like, I don't remember having a phone back then, but it was one of those moments you are like contemplating like nature itself. You're just not thinking, no thoughts in your head. You're just looking at the sky, the stars, the trees around you, and at one moment I would just like move my sight upwards. There was this shooting star and sort of a rainbow coming out of some far away trees. Um, it was really beautiful, to be honest.
It really sounds like it. Would you ever
But
try?
that's,
Hmm?
oh, no, 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 go on.
Oh, if you have a thought to express, express it.
Oh, no, no, no. I was just going to mention that that's the only natural occurrence I would say I witnessed.
Maybe it's the only one that really comes to mind. It is a little hard to come up with answers to a fair amount of these questions off the top of your head. Part of why I try to give the questions ahead of time. Plus, I don't want to
Well,
make
yeah, but it
anybody
is nice
feel
to like.
ambushed.
Come again? Sorry.
I give the questions ahead of time in order to give the people a chance to organize their thoughts for some of the tougher questions, as well as I don't want to make anybody feel ambushed with these questions, especially live on
Understandable.
air.
Yep.
Next one. Would you ever try space tourism if given the chance?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, definitely. If I get the chance, I would just say straight up yes. Like, cancel all the plans I would have. Just straight up go for it. No doubt about it.
Honestly, yeah, it seems it would, at the very least, I want to see what the stars look like outside of our atmosphere. Oh boy,
Would be
only
very scary, to be honest.
honestly,
Like,
yeah. Well,
could you imagine just a single like window breaking, and the only thing that you have at the other side of the window is just like the empty vacuum of space? Jesus.
yeah, I would be honestly a little freaked out to do a spacewalk like the astronauts do, because it's like one cable, and if something goes wrong, you're drifting into the endless void, unable to be rescued, unable to communicate with anybody. That's like honestly one of my top irrational fears, even though it will literally never happen to me.
Well, yeah, it is kind of very difficult to be actually able to go to a space tourism thing or something.
Yeah, it's
But
like a fun hypothetical. But
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
just
But
the thought of
yeah,
that happening, or the thought that that could potentially happen, that can send shivers down my
yeah,
spine.
it really terrifies me. Like I don't know like specific names of movies, but there are of course many of them
Hmm.
that are like showcase travel to space, and then somebody like all of a sudden got their, I don't know, their umbilical cord or however you mention it, like broken
Yeah, the
or
tether,
something. Yeah, and that's it. Like
and that's it. Yeah,
their the crewmates can literally see that person like out there, but you just can't reach him anymore. Like that's it. You can see your friends, but there's nothing they can do for you. That is absolutely terrifying.
it really is, even though it's like an impossibly unlikely scenario. Still freak out about it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We've got only 2 questions left.
Yep,
Next
let's
one.
go.
What do you resent paying for the most?
There is this fee that has to be paid in my country whenever you make a transaction that involves foreign currency. Okay?
What?
You have to pay the currency exchange. Then you have the VAT. Then this fee that is like 30% of the main amount.
Are you serious?
Um,
30%?
yeah, you are basically paying for something 60% more expensive than it should really be. Like, for example, if I pay for, let's say, $2 of assets for my Vroid model, whatever,
Or
just
like a
picture that.
$2 emote?
Yeah, you would be paying like almost $3 and something because of all these VATs and fees and whatever. Almost
And
double, yeah.
and not to mention the currency exchange. Like I know I don't think you've actually mentioned what country you're from, but you have mentioned to me in DMs before that like $25 for me turns into like 7,500 for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I am from Argentina actually.
Oh,
Um,
Argentina. Okay, that's cool.
yes. $1 equals to 300 pesos here.
Wow, that's a big exchange rate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Things are not looking well.
I really hope it turns around for you.
Oh, I really hope so too, because it is pure bullshit, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Which workers would you say have the worst jobs?
My friends actually had this conversation once. They mentioned, well, urologists and gynecologists and whatever. But if you ask me, those are very necessary, like doctorates, you know?
Yeah.
Um, the worst job for me would be have you ever thought of those who work for septic companies?
Yep.
May God have mercy upon those who have smelled shits from a million different asses.
Whatever they're paid is only half of what they should be, at the very least.
At the very least, yeah. That's an awful job, but I
But it
get that
does need
somebody
doing, so
do it. But
you gotta reward them for it.
yeah. But that's a job I am really encouraging for like scientists to like make a frigging robot that can do it because holy shit.
Yeah, that is honestly work that I wouldn't want any person to actually be forced to do. If they don't mind doing it or dealing with that stuff and they just really like the money that comes with it, 100% go for it. But I don't want people to be forced into a career they don't like.
Yeah. There's also like I am trying to think about something positive about such a career. But I guess some of your coworkers can be nice.
Usually with a shitty job, it's the coworkers that are the best.
Yeah. I would really say that's something that would keep somebody going. But yeah, that is one of the worst jobs that comes to mind, to be honest.
Yeah, it really is. For jobs that I've been told, it's sewer workers slash septic workers, it's retail workers, and restaurant workers.
Oh yeah. Those wouldn't be bad jobs, mind you, but
If it
because
wasn't
of
for the
the
customers.
awful people around,
Yeah, I
yeah.
haven't been in any of those fields. I don't really want to be in one. I don't even want to be in construction, but you gotta pay the bills somehow.
Well, yeah, life is life. Bills have to reach to you somehow.
Yeah, your bills don't care how you feel. They need to be paid. Yay, capitalism.
Yay, amazing, awesome.
Well, that does bring us to the end of our questions. Been going an hour and
We
a
reached the
half
end
now.
point.
Another
What did you
fun
say? I was
conversation.
stretching, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. We've been going for an hour and a half now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 1 hour and a half, yeah. I like you don't notice like time flying by when you are just chilling, chatting, conversing about something,
Oh, yeah,
especially when
100%.
you're so like into the conversation.
Yeah, when you can have a engaging conversation like this, time is just going to fly by. And I am scheduled for another interview, but I still have a little bit of time. I will want to take a little bit of a break before I do jump into the next one.
Of course, yeah, very understandable. Yeah, with zero, right?
Yes, I'll be talking with Zero shortly.
I am gonna check it out.
You
Sticking
definitely
around in the
should.
chat.
So I think I will boop it here for now, so I can go stretch my legs, take a little bit of a break.
Go
But
ahead, yes.
this has been a ton of fun talking to you.
It's been very fun, and I'm actually really like very thankful to you for opening up like this chance to join you on your stream.
Not a problem. Honestly, if you ever want to jump onto my streams when I'm not interviewing somebody, you're more than welcome to. I typically hang out in my streams, or my Discord's stream VC, and pretty much any content creator that I've talked to already is free to jump on, because I haven't really run into anybody that I actually dislike.
I don't think I am in your Discord server now that I think about it. I will check it out for sure. Yeah.
Well, I can definitely link it to you later. I can also go into chat and boop that if anybody else does want to feel like joining. And if you're not a content creator and still want to come on, just let me know. I can drag you into voice chat and we'll have a nice conversation.
And then I am. Yep, there we go.
Awesome. Welcome to the server.
Thank you very much.
You left? Like, I've got a new
What did I
arrival.
do?
I've got a new arrivals channel so I can keep track of joins and leaves. And it says Orphan joined, Orphan left. Now you're joined again.
What
I don't know what's going on with it.
Oh, I did not click on the verification thing.
Weird. Yeah, that's a very basic verification thing. It just keeps the bots out.
Yeah. I get that it's necessary. I just didn't like notice it. But
No worries.
Now I really am in.
Yep. There's quite a few stuff to do in there. I just need to build more of that activity. And your main platforms again were Twitter, and you're going to be starting on Twitch, right?
I'm going to start on Twitch, yes, and eventually I'm going to upload many things on YouTube, but I don't have a channel yet. So
Okay.
I'm going to be informing about news about that over Twitter.
Alrighty, so everybody check out Orphan's Twitter. It'll be included in the description of the video when it goes live. I keep getting stuff in my throat. So, like, you'll see my VTuber just go, or wide mouth, scary face for a sec, and, like, no sounds coming out. That's because I'm clearing my throat.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I from all my trials with my camera, my Vtuber model, like my Vroid model, goes like ape shit. To be honest, I have to do something about the camera or about the rig. To be honest, but that's going to be tomorrow's problem. Actually, tomorrow's problem, not something that I'm going to
Just say
ignore,
you're going to do
okay?
tomorrow and then don't.
Yeah.
I've done that way too many times.
Everybody who stopped by, thank you for listening to yours truly. And well, again, thank you very much, Bri, for this chance to be here. Yeah, news on my debut are not clear yet, but I'll eventually reach a day to start with this whole journey of mine.